Scorpio. Transformation is happening in the quiet details of your life. This is not a week of dramatic revelations or explosive change. Instead, the universe is reshaping the routines, habits, and structures that support your everyday existence. And sometimes, these subtle shifts create the most powerful long-term transformations. As the sun moves through Aries, it illuminates the realm of your life connected with work, responsibilities, and the rhythm of your daily world. When the sun meets Neptune early in the week, you may notice a feeling of uncertainty around these areas. Perhaps a plan becomes unclear. Perhaps expectations around work or health feel less defined than before. Neptune often blurs the edges of structure, reminding us that rigid systems cannot always capture the complexity of life. You may need to approach your responsibilities with greater flexibility this week. Instead of forcing clarity too quickly, allow yourself to observe what is truly unfolding. Soon, however, the atmosphere changes. The sun meets Saturn, and what once felt uncertain suddenly demands focus and discipline. Responsibilities become more clearly defined. A task that seemed optional may reveal itself as essential. Saturn's presence here is not a burden. It is an opportunity to strengthen the foundations of your life. You may decide to reorganize your schedule, refine your priorities, or commit to habits that support your long-term well-being. The changes you make now may seem small at first, but they carry the power to reshape your future. Meanwhile, Venus approaches Chiron in Aries, activating emotional healing connected to your daily environment. This influence may reveal a vulnerability you have been carrying quietly. Perhaps you have been pushing yourself harder than necessary. Perhaps you have been expecting perfection where compassion would serve you better. Scorpio energy is naturally intense, and you often demand excellence from yourself. But this week invites you to soften that expectation. Healing sometimes begins when we allow ourselves to rest. The moon's journey this week also brings emotional insight. When it moves through Cancer, you may feel drawn toward deeper reflection or philosophical exploration. Later, as the moon enters Leo, attention may turn toward your public life or professional direction. Something you accomplish now may draw recognition or appreciation. But by the time the moon reaches Virgo at the end of the week, your attention returns to community and collaboration. Conversations with friends or colleagues may reveal new opportunities or perspectives. Scorpio, the transformation unfolding now may appear subtle, but subtle does not mean insignificant. Every choice you make about your time, your energy, and your well-being shapes the future you are building. So choose deliberately, choose wisely, and remember that the smallest changes can carry the greatest power.
Scorpio, your tarot card this week is Death. Despite its intimidating name, this card rarely represents literal endings. Instead, it symbolizes transformation, the closing of one chapter so that a new one can begin. Something in your life may be reaching a point of completion. A habit, a mindset, or even a relationship dynamic may be ready to evolve. Death invites you to release what has already fulfilled its purpose. Holding on to the past only delays the powerful renewal that is waiting ahead. Scorpio energy understands transformation better than any other sign. This week, allow the old to fall away so that something stronger can rise in its place.
Scorpio, your hexagram is hexagram 49, Lake over Fire, Revolution. This symbol represents transformation that arises when the old structure can no longer support the future. Revolution is not chaos, it is necessary change. You may recognize that something in your life is ready to evolve. A mindset, a relationship dynamic, or a direction you have been following may be shifting toward something new. The I Ching teaches that true revolution begins within. When your inner alignment changes, the outer world eventually follows. Trust the transformation that is unfolding.
Scorpio, your rune this week is Awaz. Awaz is the rune of endurance and transformation. It represents the deep-rooted strength that allows you to navigate difficult transitions without losing your sense of purpose. You may be standing at a threshold, a point where something in your life is evolving into a new form. This process may require patience, but Ehwaz reminds you that resilience is one of your greatest strengths. The yew tree, which this rune symbolizes, grows slowly but lives for centuries. What you are building now has the potential to endure far beyond the present moment.
Transformation rarely arrives without a moment of truth. The realizations you encounter this week may challenge old patterns, but they also open the door to a stronger future. Before you leave, share in the comments what truth in your life has become impossible to ignore lately. If this message resonated, please like the video, subscribe to Lumin Laura's, and tap the bell so you never miss your weekly horoscope. Stand firmly in your truth and move forward with strength.